Hi, how are you all? I hope you're all well and welcome. Today, I want to share with you some key takeaways after spending some time training and learning from a multiple nine-figure mentor. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Elsa Morgan. I'm a wife and my mum. I have an online global business. And I'm also a business coach. I help women over 40 build businesses, and I help them get clients and keep clients. And I'm super excited because this year has been a year of transformation, and the current environment is really geared up for people like myself and also everybody that is in my world for the next 18 months to really skill up and really level up in areas that we need to work on, because for the next 10 years, it's after that is going to be an exciting time for everybody that wants to impact the world. So I'm really excited, which is why I've invested time, energy, and money to skill up. And I want to share with you these takeaways because I believe it's going to help a lot of people to understand what it's going to take to be able to make some shifts in their mindset, maybe potentially in their skill set, but also understand that in order for you to be able to shift in your world, in your business, in your life, really, you need to invest in yourself. One of the huge errors that I see people make is they stop investing in themselves. They believe they need to be ready. They need to be ready in their mind. They need to be ready in the environment. They need to be ready, financially, to be able to invest in themselves. And let me tell you, your number one asset is yourself. And if you feel like you need to be ready to get ready, you're never going to be ready, and you're just not ready for success. The reality is that, success comes to those that take messy action. Success comes to those who are prepared to accept failure, take adversity, learn from it, and just keep moving forward. Like, you just rebound and you just keep going. But those who just believe that the environment has to be perfect, that they need to be ready, that, everything around them has to be perfect, you're not geared up for business success. Okay, so let's get started. I want to share with you 9 key takeaways, and these are huge. So grab a pen and paper, and I really want to share them with you. And of course, if you want to reach out to me and have some further conversation around any of these takeaways, please feel free to DM me. I'm happy to have some further conversation. All right, so the first key takeaway is, and this is a really, really big one, and some people may find this a little bit controversial, but at first I used to think this way, kind of, and then I thought it was a little bit amateur thinking, but it really is something that is, fact all the way through to the top. Okay, and that is that everyone wants you to do well, but just not better than them. Okay, and so you just have to understand that there are going to be people out there that will be triggered, that would just not want you to outperform them, and they're going to be friends with you. They're going to like you. They're going to be happy for you. But the minute that you outshine them, they're not going to like it. And you just have to accept that. You can't take that personal. That's why they say people say, sorry, it's business, not personal, right? So you just have to understand that when you're on a mission to serve and you're building a business, that the minute that you start getting some, notoriety, or you start getting some wins on the board, you start generating some success, there are going to be some people that are just not going to like it. And they're going to call you out. They're just going to not be happy about it. They're going to try and poke some holes in your character. They're just going to say things about you that may not be true. They're even going to try and say things about you that are probably going to be, things that are, old about you, right? You just can't care. Right? You just got to keep doing you. You just got to keep moving forward, and you just got to be focused on where you want to go. More importantly, you just got to surround yourself with people that are where you want to go, because they have the skill set, the mindset, the resources, and more importantly, the knowledge, right? And they also have the energy And the more that you surround yourself and you learn from people like them, you invariably level up to be like them. And that's more important than worrying about what other people are thinking. Okay. So number 2, accept that no one actually wants you to be rich other than you, right? And this is a really important distinction because, so I've had to learn this as well, right? So many people think that flashing your richness is a really cool thing, but it, in other people don't really care. They don't really care. No one cares. No one cares what you do, right? No one cares, whether you're rich or not, but you care, right? So what's more important is whether you really love what you're doing, right? Do you love what you do? That's what really matters, right? And so at the end of the day, you shouldn't place so much emphasis or importance into looking good other than just, living your life. And as long as you're really happy, then that's all that should really matter to you, other than looking good to everybody else, right? Because there's no point in trying to look good out to the world if what you're doing you really hate, right? You're far better off doing something that you love rather than positioning yourself as someone that is just so rich, but you're really, really hating what you're doing, right? So that's really, really, and such an important lesson to learn, right? Number 3, money. Now this one, it was like such a big, like my mind was blown. Number 3, money only solves money problems. So just money only solves money problems, right? Then you're left with the problems that money can't solve. I'm going to repeat that, right? Money only solves money problems. Then you're left with problems that money can't solve. So just know that money will only get you so far. And it kind of lends into the thing from before, right? If you're not happy, money's not going to make you happy. You're still going to be left with other problems, like problems from the heart, right? And happiness and things like that. So don't be fooled by thinking that money is going to lead you to happiness, right? Money can give you more choice and ability to do more things, but there's no point in chasing the money if it's not going to lead you to satisfaction and fulfillment, right? It's really important that you understand that the ultimate, thing in life is, heart, fulfillment, happiness, and joy. Because these things, it can't be taught. It can't be, it can't be bought. It can only be experienced. It can only be felt. And, I would rather feel these things than chase these things, in the sense that from a monetary expense, point of view, right? For me, having contentment and being at peace is way more important, right? So just always know that money will only solve money problems, right? Okay, so that's 1, 2. So number 4, this one, I swear, I literally jumped out of my chair. Number 4, you don't arrive, you just enter a new club as the smallest member. Did that just bamboozle your mind? Because literally when I first heard that, I just went, yes, it is so true, right? You don't arrive, you just enter a new club as the smallest member. And you need to understand that so many people get caught up in their own success, their forever success, right? That they just think that they know it all, when really you need to be this forever student, right? And so when you understand that if you're on this journey of impact, that with every single level, you are always entering this new level and you're learning from people that have been there for some time. right? And, you know, you're just a new kid on the block. And so you just always have to be a student. But so many people carry this thing about them and they forget to strip off the ego. And then from not stripping out the ego, they miss the learnings. So it's really, really important to understand that as you enter the next level, to grab the notebook and the pen and put on your student cap and learn, right? Okay, this one is really important if you want to build generational wealth like me, right? Number 5, passive income is overrated, right? And I really, really want you to understand that. Passive income is overrated. What we are truly seeking is freedom, which is true, right? Because you can't buy time. You can't buy time, right? And what we are really wanting is options of engaging in activities that we want to do. And that's the truth, right? So at the end of the day, passive income is great, but that's not true wealth. What we're really wanting is freedom, the choice to be able to do whatever that we want to do, right? And so at the end of the day, that's what we should be chasing, is choice, the ability to choose whatever we want to do with the money that we're making, right? So that's, at the end of the day, that's why I was saying before, money will only get you so far. But freedom, true freedom, is the ability to choose. So as long as you understand that, then you're on the right path. Okay. Number 6, shortcutting your path to material success is really through the decisions you make, right? Understanding that the quality of the decisions that you make will determine how quickly you get to where you want to go, right? So you really need to be able to develop the skill of making good decisions, right? And the more that you work on making decisions, and then from making decisions, making good decisions, you then are able to then fast track your success. That for me was just like, I'm so good, right? This one I teach a lot in my coaching container, and I do myself in my business. And I think if you learn this, your business will shift. So I've been doing this for some time, and so I'm glad to know it's confirmation that I'm on the right track, and that is intention in building your business is so important when you want to create wealth. Most people who build businesses come from a space of lack, like what's in it for me? And that's the reason why they stay where they are. Like they experience no movement, no growth, because they come from a space of lack. But when you come from a space of intention where, you know, how can I serve? That is when you start to win, because you are looking for the gap. You're looking for how you can actually, you know, find a spot where you can make a difference for the end consumer, that one person, right? So when you start positioning yourself as someone of value, and you can just, you know, offer something to someone and make a difference in their world, that's when you start winning, right? And the next one, same thing, making the right decisions. It's this is so important, because a lot of people, what I made some notes here, and I'm going to try and explain myself in a really quick way. A lot of people are busy, right? So they say they've got time. You know, they might have an hour, they might have 45 minutes to build their business, and they're really, really busy in building their business. But what they're doing is they're not making the right decisions in how to build their business. So they're doing things in that time that are not the right things to build their business, right? So what they should be doing is choosing the activities to build their business, right? So once you make the right decisions and remove the things that are not productive to build your business, you will see a shift in the results, right? So next time you're sitting down to build your business, ask yourself, is this going to help me to generate a result? Is this going to help me to help this customer? Is this going to help me to shift this person, or anybody for that matter, in the pipeline? Like, is what I'm doing right now productive in producing an income in my business? Because if it's not, then don't do it, right? But a lot of people just do things for the sake of doing it, right? A lot of people just jump on Zooms or jump on trainings simply because it presents, and that is not making the right decision for your business, right? So make sure that you are making right decisions for your business, right? The other thing is, the people that make the most money stick to doing the same things over a long period of time. So what that means, especially when you're building a business, is don't keep changing strategies, right? So if you're implementing, for example, a social media strategy, don't go changing from day to day or week to week. Commit to a social media strategy and stick to it over a long period of time for you to see the compounding effect taking place, right? Consistency is required for you to see the effort stack up on each other. But people expect results after 2 days, after 4 days. It doesn't happen that way, right? For you to see meaningful results, the results that people want to see from an online business, the efforts have to stack up over time. So make sure that whatever strategy you're implementing in your business, that you are implementing them over a long period of time for you to see the desired results. Compounding takes time. In fact, the School of London, their studies show that it takes a minimum 65 to 365 days to see any shift once you implement a habit. So, with any new thing, you need to implement for at least 65 days. And yet people give up after a week, 2 weeks, right? You're never going to see shifts with that sort of mentality. And the last one is, and I've been saying this to my coaching clients, right? Learn, to understand the 1% decisions, right? It's the 1% decisions that actually change your life. We make a variety of decisions every single day, but it's those 1% decisions that actually change your life, right? And so when you start making the decisions and then understanding which ones are actually going to shift you and which ones are the ones that are not going to shift you, then you can start making quality decisions, right? And the only way that you can really start shifting is by making more decisions, right? Because it is really a small amount of really good decisions that invariably change your life. So guys, I hope this live has been of value to you. I mean, it was like an absolutely game-changing event for me, and I am totally I was totally bamboozled. So I hope these takeaways were of value to you, and I look forward to sharing more with you as I continue learning. I hope you have a powerful rest of the week. And of course, if you want to hop into my free group, facebook.com/group/the Legacy Academy, or you can DM me if you want to have further conversation around any of my takeaways, or you can contact me, send me a DM via my website, elsamorgan.com. I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care, and I'll see you soon.